Hey guys, what's up? I'm here for another interview with my client Johnny. And Johnny and I started working together quite a long time ago. It's been a year already, and it's been quite a journey. And I'm really excited for Johnny to be here and share a bit of his journey with us. So welcome to the call, Johnny. How's everything on your end?
Thanks a lot, Nick. Yeah, really happy to be here. I'm doing great. I just moved in my new apartment yesterday, and yes, everything has been amazing so far.
Yeah, and you've sent me a video, man. What an apartment it is. It looks really amazing. Where's the apartment that you're in now?
It's located in Netherlands, near Eindhoven in Tilburg. Yeah, it's really nice. I'm really happy.
Yeah, and before we jump into your story of how we started working together and how things have been since then, just give me a small intro to yourself. I obviously know you, right? But to people just listening in, where are you from? How old are you? And how long have you been, yeah, really spending time doing this?
Yeah, so I'm Johnny. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Germany. And yeah, I'm a student studying cognitive science and artificial intelligence. And yeah, on the side, I started doing sales to uplift my living of standard and also, to learn the skill itself. So yeah, there's a little bit about myself.
Yeah, you jumped right in mentioning what was one of the reasons that you got into it. And like I said, we started working together 1 year ago. You were 19 at the time. You just finished school. And I remember you telling me a bit about the jobs that you did prior, working at golf courses and doing things that you said, yeah, I made a little money, but nothing really that interested you or nothing that gave you something for your future, the way that you put it. So let's just jump right in. What was your reason for actually getting started in sales and becoming a digital middleman roughly 1 year ago?
So yeah, my reason to start in sales, because as you've already mentioned, I tried one or two normal jobs like working on golf carts, and although it was pretty well paid for the work I have been doing, it was really plain. And you always were bound to a certain location. You always met with the same people, how a normal job is. And I thought about we're in the 21st century. It's not that you have to be at a certain location in order to make money. So, I looked for opportunities on how to make money online, and I looked into closing. And then I got in contact with you, and then everything started taking off.
Yeah, and when you say that you really got into it and things started taking off, what exactly do you mean? Like when you got started, how soon did you start making money? Because you were very successful very early on, and we're gonna dive into the details of that. But how quickly did you end up making money when you started?
To be honest, it was way quicker than I had expected. We started, and 2 months into our cooperation, I was connected with my first eight-figure business partner, and that was absolutely amazing. Getting those calls delivered directly to you. In German, say auf dem Goldtablett, the golden, uh, golden delivery, and immediately starting to make calls, to make money, to get to know the processes, the teams. It was quite astonishing.
Yeah, and when you say that getting the first calls, it was quite astonishing. I remember getting a voice message from you after you closed your first deal. If you are able to remember how that felt like and how that was when you just had a simple conversation and boom, ka-ching, you got a message on your phone, commission came in. How was that experience?
I think I will never forget that. That it wasn't my first time like making money, but it was the first time when it really felt absolutely right, because that rush of adrenaline, all those happy hormones being spread out through your whole body, it felt insane. I remember really staying composed in the call, of course, after making that sale. And yeah, saying goodbye to the client, but as soon as the call had stopped, I jumped up and hit some dance moves, and yeah, it just felt great.
Yeah, and you obviously didn't stop there, right? You said that in the second month of us working together, you were connected to the first business partner, started making money, and eventually getting from one business to the next and getting more business partners to scale your income. And for people listening in, how much were you making at the time? Let's take that first call. What was your first commission that you ever made on a call?
I think it was like a 1.5K down payment and then the
Mhm.
rest over 6 months. So I made roughly like 140 euros within an hour. And for somebody, who just finished school in Germany and then, started doing this, it really felt surreal because I have all my friends, working in a grocery shop, carrying packages from A to B. Um, and I would just say like doing more low level work. And I was there sitting at home, opening my calendar from those times where I was available, hopping on calls with people from all around the world, getting to know new cultures, speaking to people, learning the skill, and yeah, making money off of that. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And like you said, it's amazing that you get to sit at home or anywhere else, right? I know you were closing from different places. We can get into that in a moment. But same thing for me. Instead of just being stuck in one place, same people every day, right? You get to jump on calls with people from all areas of the world and you get to know their stories, how things are looking on wherever they are at, right? And that's been one of the most amazing things for me to get to know so many people whilst not even moving. My father, for example, was in sales when he was young, and he had to physically drive to each and every client. And when he saw like the way that I was making money, he's like, "This is insane! You get like clients delivered 1 hour after the other, right? So simple." And if we want to get into the details, what are you like currently making, and how much time are you using to make that money?
So currently, I'm just spending a few hours per week, not a lot, um, and I make around 1 to 2K, yeah, which is not a huge amount, but for me as a student, I can't complain at all because, of course, I'm a full-time student. This is where my focus is. I spend a lot of time studying, delving into the topics which I'm interested in. But then on top, I open my calendar each evening for a few hours. I hop on calls with people and make that money. And yeah, it's great. I wouldn't want to change it for anything else.
And when you say you're just basically being a student, right? That's your main focus, just making money on the side, 1 to 2K. Did you have like any milestones that you hit making a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time? We're like, wow, this is like, it's crazy how much you can make if you decide to push. Did you have an experience like that?
Mm, definitely, like I always wanted to make 1,000 euros per day. And then that one day of closing, I had calls throughout the day, and I achieved my goal because I had one 3K full cash, which earned me 400 euros, and then one 5.8K full cash, which was roughly 700 euros. So that was absolutely amazing. Um, within 2 hours, making more than 1,000 euros. So that was definitely one. And yeah, of course, obviously milestones like stuff like 10K per month. And I definitely know it's 100% achievable. It just depends, how much time, how much, yeah, you spend on it.
Yeah, and we've discussed this many, many times. It's really, that's the beauty of this business model, that you can mold it into whatever you want it to be, right? If you want to, like you mentioned, make 1 to 2K a month on the side, barely working. I mean, if you are going to tell people how much you actually work, they're like, wait, what? You make 1 to 2K with how much time? If you want to throw this in here, how much do you work in a week or a month?
Mm, a week, like between five to 8 hours, I would say roughly.
And you say your results aren't that crazy, Johnny, but are you aware of how many people like work full time, 8 hours, 9 hours a day to make the money that you make with an hour a day maximum?
Yeah, I definitely know, that this is what's so amazing about it. As you said, you can mold it into anything. for me, it suits perfectly as a side hustle. You know, that's just the thing for me, and I don't plan on changing it soon due to the fact that I'm a student. But I know many people also inside the program who do it full time and who are extremely successful with it. You know, who are absolutely crushing it, consistently making 5 figures per month. So yeah, it's up to you. You know, however it suits your life the best.
Yeah, I know that you're very well connected with a lot of people inside the program, so you do see them hitting those numbers again and again and again, showing you obviously what's possible. So, Jonny, another thing that I want to ask you. We've talked about the money and how you work like a maximum 1 hour a day to make that money. But how has the overall journey been for you personally? Because when you got started, you told me, man, I want to learn the skill. That's what I'm here for. Why was that so important to you?
Yeah, 100%. So for me, you know, as I already said, it wasn't only for me about the money. You know, of course, it's nice. It's one of the main reasons I hop on calls. But for me, a major aspect is that I want to grow. You know, I want to grow at the skill, and ideally, I want to grow personally throughout that skill. And this was 100% the case with closing, because as a salesman, you become really good at communicating with other people, because that's what you're doing on a daily basis. And you know, that really had a switch for me. You know, it switched the button, and I ran really made me understanding. And you know, whatever you're talking to, it's only just another human being at the other end. And yeah, this was really, really nice. And also getting to know that many cultures throughout course, because you're talking to people from all around the world. You know, I've had calls with people from Africa, from Australia, from Asia, from Europe, of course, and it's always really nice to get the insights there, you know, how the culture are, how the people are, um, and that is a nice aspect. And then, of course, one of the biggest advantages is the people who you are working with. Because as mentioned, I was linked to my first 8-figure business partner within 2 months. And obviously, like working with a person like that, you are learning a lot, you know, about their work ethic, you know, the way they approach, they work with the team, everything all around, and you're getting so many insights and benefits, also benefiting, of course, from the products, from the business partners, since you are part of the team. And these are just like some aspects which are
Yeah. You said so many things just there. It's one, like you said, communication is everything in life. You use it every single day. And becoming good at that is something that gives you a very high status, because not just friends, family, or people you talk to on the street, they figure, wow, this person is like on point. They know how to communicate, right? So an experience that both you and I have had is that people think we're a lot older than we actually are, just because of the way that we present ourselves and communicate, right? So that's what I mean with like the status you gain through being good at sales. And I've said it many, many, many times. It's you always need people that you can learn from in life, right? I call it the white belt mentality. People who know me like you do, Jonny, you know I'm a big, big, big fan of fighting and combat sports, and that's why I like to say it, the white belt mentality. Even if you're a black belt, right? You've got all that experience and accolades and whatnot. Show up as a white belt every single day, hungry to learn, right? And you take that same approach in everything you do. And that's why it's so valuable to be able to learn from these high level people and have them show you what's possible.
100%. I totally agree. You
I,
know,
I,
that's a mindset everybody should have, that you can literally learn something from every person.
I'd like to ask you, with being at university, right? Being with a lot of other people who are at uni, how is it to talk about what you're doing to your friends who might be in a normal 9 to 5?
I mean, they're astonished. They're astonished. You know, some people can't believe it. Some people think, you know, it's sketchy, and I don't blame them, because when I also first heard about it, I was like, it's too good to be true. But yeah, you know, I reflected, I looked at it, you know, I talked to people, and it just makes sense, you know, in the 21st century. You know, as you said, as your dad did, that you don't need to knock on every house anymore. You can open your calendar, and the people come to you who are already qualified. And yeah, this is how the time the technology changes that stuff.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you want to break it down in a nutshell, it's people with a problem, right? And people who can solve it. All you do is sit in the middle and basically help people move forward with a solution they're already inquiring about or looking for into. And you get to help people make life-changing decisions every day. And as a byproduct of that, you make a lot of money. So for people listening to your journey, Jonny, what advice would you give young people at your age maybe that are looking into different opportunities to make money that might stumble across being a digital middleman or becoming one?
I mean, if you're young, what are you waiting for? Do it. We have one life, so live it to the fullest. Just go for it. What do you have to lose? What I always say is, what I'm the most scared of is to say it 30, 40 years, or if I had done that, if I had done that, blah, blah, regret nothing, just act. That the opportunities are out there. It's about if you take it or not. And the people who take it, the people who start working, they will go past. And the people who won't do it, they will stand still and watch and say, no, it's not, it can't be, it's sketchy, etc.
Yeah. And you certainly do exactly that, which is enjoy life to the fullest. And to get into how you enjoyed life even more after becoming a digital middleman and starting to add 1 to 2K every month to your income, how did you make use of that money? How did your life change through what you were doing?
So yeah, to be honest, it's nothing crazy, but for me, it was exactly the stuff I always wanted. It is, when I go to the supermarket that I pick what I want. I like to eat healthy. I like to cook quality food. So this is, for example, something, when I go to my butcher, I get the big steak, and I don't get one, I get two or three. So it's the simple things, that's really good for me. Or like when I go to the gas station, I just get full gas. If I see a drink inside, I get the drink. So just nothing crazy, but just like the standards there. That was really important for me, and which I'm really happy that I can do it now that well.
Yeah, and it's one of the greatest thing. Like you told me in another voice message that I remember, you said, I think about money differently. I don't worry. I have enough for like the standard of living that I want to live now. I mean, obviously you have bigger goals in future of things where you're like, man, I gotta hit 10K for that. But right now with the money that you have, you say you're really happy in being able to just not worry, right?
Exactly. I think it's more, I would describe it ideally, as a certain kind of feeling of peace, and peace in terms of exactly as you said, I don't need to worry, I don't need to, I can't buy this, I can't buy this, etc. Of course, in that regard, I'm still really, really hungry, I got big goals, but everything at its time. But yeah, that being said.
Yeah, and also you started traveling quite a bit more since you started making money online. You've been in different places. What was your traveling schedule?
So yeah, so I definitely like traveled around. I've been to Barcelona end of last year. Also did some calls from there. I've been to Madrid recently. Then also, of course, in the area of Germany, the Netherlands. Also planning to go to Prague soon. So yeah, definitely some nice things there.
Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, for me especially, I enjoy traveling around a lot more. If I'm like wherever I am, I just make more money, right? It's not like your opportunity doesn't end when you move around the world. And that opens up your perspective to, wow, I can make all these experience, get to know all these people, right? And build also your character and getting to know, like you said, different people, different cultures, whilst making a full income, right? Jonny, one last thing I'd like to ask you is where do you want to go from here as far as future goals, like milestones that you want to crush in your journey? I know that you've got exams coming up and focusing on your studies, but continuing your journey from here, right? I know that you have big goals. What are they?
Yeah, so just talking like income wise, I like to break it up a little bit more. So for me, the next bigger goal would be 5K per month. Then after that, 10K per month. And then of course, like bigger amounts is like 25, 50. And then at some point, but I would say, hey, if I make this, that would be really great. It would be 100K per month. And yeah, I know it's possible. No, it's up to you. Everything is just like a mindset thing. I think this is also something which really changed my perspective, because if you work with people who have an 8-figure business, who are making hundreds of thousands of euros each and every month, yeah, you don't feel like anymore, oh, it's that far away, it's only for certain people. Not at all. Everybody can do it. It's all just up here.
For people listening to what you're just saying, it might be crazy to listen to a 20-year-old guy who's at university saying like, yeah, eventually just 20, 50K, 100K per month and so on. But that's just a testament to your personal growth and your mindset changing throughout the last year that we've been working together. Because of course I know who I placed you with business-wise, and you've been working with multimillionaires, with guys who make 100K plus per month at 18 years old, right? It's incredible to be with these people, learn from them, right, and see what is possible. And again, this is something that I see with all students inside the program. They start and they think, oh, maybe this is achievable. They get going and maybe this is even achievable, right? And the longer that you're in the game and you keep proving yourself right on, I can actually achieve this, right? The bigger you start thinking, and that's literally the path. You don't have to be the best at day one. You just have to show up. You just have to show up and do your best day by day, and eventually you'll reach all your goals. And it might be
Exactly.
difficult for people to truly believe in this when they look at it from the beginning. Oh, I'm not sure if I can achieve this. You don't find out if you don't give it a shot. And if you give it a shot and you're actually serious about it, there's no way you're not going to make it work. We've seen it again and again.
100%. Everything is mental. And to just what you said, I think there's one really great quote regarding that. People who think one day or day one,
Yeah.
it's up to you. So get out there, get to work, and prove it to you every single day.
Yeah. Stop overthinking and get going. That's the biggest part. And I know this was a thing for you too in the beginning, like, I'm not sure, and there and this and that. And when we jumped on a call discussing this for the first time, I know I had to push you. I know I had to say, man, Jonny, take a leap of faith. You can do this. And things took an amazing turn and worked out.
Yeah. I was skeptical at first as well. If it's really like that. It wasn't which was holding me back. It was never about, oh, if I do it, will I be committed? Not at all. If I start something, I went through it. But for me, it was really, ah, it sounds too good to be true. It sounds good to be true, but I took that step. I'm so happy I did it. I would took it every single time again if I could. And yeah, really happy to be here today when I'm standing talking to you, Nick. So yeah, also thanks a lot for making it possible, connecting me to my business partners, and yeah, yes, starting this journey together.
Yeah, you have an amazing journey so far already, and you're so young, Jonny. You have so much ahead of you, and I can't wait to continue being part of your journey, keep supporting you, and seeing you crush your goals with the big bright smile that you have on your face right now. And it's been a pleasure. For people listening in to Jonny's story, thinking, "Wow, like I'm a student, I want to make money on the side," or even if you say, "Listen, I'm just in a place where I want to make more money or completely change my career path, go all in." You've heard it, right? Whatever you want to do with this, it gives you the opportunity to live that life. That's travel and just make money to be happy. Or that's like, hey, I want to go all out and make as much money as I can. It's whatever you make of it. Just click the link down below, get all the insights that you want to get, and I'll see you there. Jonny, it's been a pleasure. Thank you really much.
Thanks a lot. Wish you guys a nice day.